said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Keenan Memorial Stadium, the home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the #1 team in the land, the North Carolina Tar Heels. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Tar Heels offense going to get the chance to start this game off. Blowouts in rivalry games can be the result of a number of factors. Sometimes teams start pressing. Sometimes it just gets away. Sometimes they didn't have the right mindset. The last time they got together, lopsided. What happens this time, David?
But either way, last time affects this time because all you've heard about is we weren't even competitive. This is a rivalry game, a big-time game. We didn't show up. We dishonored our previous teams and squads, and we've got to do better. That's all they've heard coming into this game, Ball.
Yeah, David, I think that was the story the last time these teams played. One team handled the emotion of the game better than the other team. You've got to be able to play within yourselves and play one snap at a time. That last game got away from the losing team. I don't expect that to happen today.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. And he's not down.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on second in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up third and short.
The Tar Heels come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On third and short, the power run here. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
Back up now. Here's second and long. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. And the Tar Heels kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll move the tight end. Out of the gun to give to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, UNC!
Talking to the coaching staff coming into this game, they said explosive plays are going to be big for us. When we get our opportunities, we've got to be able to hit on them. And you saw one right there that time, doing it on the ground on the opening drive of the game. That just shows you this offense, they are locked in tune and on the same page early.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. So NC State's offense will go to work for the first time today. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground. It was amazing. It wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching watching it as a defensive player and coming this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
And off to Jones. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Finds a little space. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
And he'll get behind those pads and deliver the blow and get it down to the 44. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. It makes life really easy on me on second down.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
A strike downfield.
Shit, throwing that bitch on my ass.
10-yard line on that completion. NC State quick to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Give him 6. Touchdown, Wolfpack. If you're able to move.
That nigga might be the truth. Not even close.
A drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You want to end the play.
You don't want to block, Ty.
Get in the backfield that fast, get to the guy, and get him on the ground. Nice job penetrating right from the snap, getting off the ball so quick, penetrating the backfield and making something happen.
Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The Tar Heels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Starting to feel a little pressure. Finding an escape route. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
And the Tar Heels look to keep this drive humming. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
On fucking blitz.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Dropping back, it's Little. Got his man quickly. At the 35, he's open. Speeding down the left side. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with a big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Pulled and fired complete.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
The play action fake. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Lost to fire on second down. Safe completion on the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
NC State has to come up with a big play on third and long. He's looking downfield to throw. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. The give to the back. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. Offense working from the pistol. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. The Tar Heels come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Now the play fake. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not...
There he goes. Rams him with the stiff arm. Run out of bounds after the long game, and they've got it now first and goal.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Back to throw, it's Little. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. Trying to pick up a first down. They'll run it here on third and goal. Beck's going for the goal line. He is stopped short. That's the man they wanted to have the ball, but it'll be fourth down.
Fourth down here. It's still early in the game. I'm not chasing points. Take the field goal, pay this drive off.
And they have analytical cards nowadays that says the exact situation, what the score is, do you go for it or not? Look at the card, make the decision.
It'll be fourth and goal, and it'll be a tough one. Tight end now in motion. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on fourth down.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on fourth down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Give me that, my boy.
A little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. In that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
On third down, he drops the throw. Lost one deep down the right side. He's got it
What?
side. Breaks into the open.
That's
He's
crazy.
showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. You've got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Unloads to the
There we go.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off.
Pick it back. It's back, nigga.
He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And he's going to score.
You be behind and on.
Touchdown, North Carolina.
I'll tell you what, as a DB, you're lucky if you get one pick six in your entire football life. This guy had one last game. He's got one this game. Quarterbacks are going to stop throwing his way.
Damn right. Fuck, nigga.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will
I forgot what the fuck
start
I
at
even said.
25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Yeah, defense, girl.
This defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Back to pass. Quarterback
Oh.
feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and
My
linebackers
dog
are
that
playing
heat
zone,
in the bed.
playing their spaces,
And
and
again.
force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. He's got great speed. Touchdown, UNC!
Goddamn queen.
Going to be special. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss. Turn on the afterburners and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you
Yeah, I played mine last night.
because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turn it on the gas. Great job.
Waiting on you, my bro.
And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to fire.
Bitch.
Immediately fires to the middle. He's got enough for the first down.
Kill his
They'll
motherfucking
spot it at
ass.
the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Zings it complete to the right. Looks like the Wolfpack will pick up the first down. New set of downs after the completion. To the air on 1st down. Rushes on him. Slings it down.
This bitch ass nigga.
Got his man
Oh,
to the right.
he on one.
Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover.
Great job by the defense here, forcing the fumble on the wide receiver. Look, understand the ball came out quick. I got to break, get hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
Out of there.
Oh, he's got some speed.
Out of there.
The 40. The 20. He's at touchdown Tar Heel. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Don't be a problem. Been a problem.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the point after is good. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed him for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. And he'll just take it in. This drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Rides the back on the option to give. Got enough for the first. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. NC State going up tempo. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Oh, they're after him. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Touchdown, NC State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Well, let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally score. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete.
Better inside of that.
Will not
Bam.
get there. A 4th down stop. Great place to start for this offense. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Going for it all. He's got it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. DB's right up on the receivers. He's looking to pass. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's 1st and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Here's the pressure. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. And that one sails through the back of the end zone.
And this offense put together a pretty good drive, man, but man, did they stall out. 3 straight incompletions, trying to find something that would work. But this defense, they stood up after giving up some yards and really finished this drive well.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
On the run from inside his own 5. Creates a little room. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together, and a fun first half between these rivals. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
And the Tar Heels will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Offense gets set for second down. Rides the back and leaves it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. Touchdown, North Carolina! Special teams coming through, the third aspect of the game, delivering big time. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on those. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you.
Turning it on. Oh, what a cut. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. The Wolfpack, after that big play on the ground, might just run it until they stop it. Able to make the catch, but not in the field of play. It's an incomplete pass. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Off the play fake on first down. Got him downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Running back searching for a hole. Made a defender miss. Touchdown, North Carolina State. And they take it in for 6 more points. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Slips through the line. Got all the room. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, UNC.
And he's in for the second score of the game. My goodness. Note to self, kickoff team. Don't kick it to him anymore. Squib it, kick it to the other guy. Just don't let that guy touch it again.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. The inside handoff. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
That's a really good job. It's wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Now facing a 3rd and long. To throw, it's Little. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. The Tar Heels are moving quickly down the field. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. It'll be 3rd and long. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He's got it on the run. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. And the Tar Heels had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been rolling. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tar Heels. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Guys, we've reached the end of the period and North Carolina's on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Back to pass, it's Little. Forced out of the pocket. Gets rid of it. Right on the money. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the 1st down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, North Carolina! A little too anxious to get started on the outside, and that's a false start.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. There he goes. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. The Tar Heels come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Trying to impose their will with the run. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
The offense set for a 1st down play. Leaves it with the back. Finding open areas. Got the 1st down and more. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And he explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He goes out of bounds, but not before getting it to the 32.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And we have breaking news. They score yet another. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the